Excuse me, Lena, but what do you think you're doing by going back to your parents' home without having taken care of the house chores and the errands I asked you to do? Come back at once and finish up the house chores, and drive me to my lessons.
Good morning, Alice. I'm afraid it's not possible right now as I'm on a train.
What? To begin with, you shouldn't even think about going back to your parents' home right now. I don't care whether you're on the train or not. You can get off at the next station, so come back home at once.
I believe I told you before that my brother is getting married, so I will be away for about a week or so.
I do remember you telling me, but I don't remember giving you the permission to go back. Come back at once.
Please don't talk nonsense. I can't not attend my brother's wedding as his younger sister. It would be impolite to his fiancé's family.
Do you think I care about such a thing? You don't seem to have enough of a sense of responsibility as my son's wife. It seems like I need to be even more strict on you from now on.
Are you telling me that I can't attend my brother's wedding nor go back to my parents' home?
Of course. Why even question the matter? Once you get married, that means that you cut your family ties with your parents. That is a given.
So you say, but in your case, I hear that you are still very much dependent on your younger sister and that you continue to go back multiple times a year to visit your family's house.
What?
And that's considered all right?
It's all right because that's my case.
Oh, I see. In that case, it also means that it's all right for me to go back to my parents' place.
What?
I have to get off the train soon, so please excuse me.
Hold on a moment, Lena. You need to face the facts. You were raised by your father, and you were allowed to marry into a family that manages a company. You need to realize just how fortunate you are. That sort of rebellious attitude gives away your unforgivable behavior. If this is how you want to deal with the matter, then I will take action. Don't come begging for my forgiveness later.
Lena, seems like Mom did something crazy again.
Oh, John.
Came back home from work and was getting out my formal wear when Mom started complaining to me about you. I told her that I didn't have much time and managed to leave the house, but I guess it wouldn't feel good if you were told such things. I'm really sorry. I want just the two of us to live on our own, but I need to make sure that it's the right timing, especially with Dad.
I'm fine. I know what your plans are, and I'm pretty good at resisting, so no worries.
Yeah, please hold on tight for a little longer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really, don't worry. And where are you now, John?
I just met up with Dad at the train station and am standing on the platform. We'll be taking the train we plan to take.
I got it. Safe travels.
Yep, thanks.
Excuse me, Alice. Nearly all of my things arrived at my parents' place today. This is more or less everything that I had in the house.
Oh, did they arrive? I sent your stuff to your parents' place, of course, with cash on delivery. There was much more stuff than I thought, so packing them was such hard work.
Could you explain to me what is going on?
Well, you ignored my order and went back to your parents' house. That means that you have no intention of coming back here, right? That's why I kindly packed up your things and sent them to your parents' place.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you.
Why don't you just get a divorce now? If you don't plan to come back, that also means that you don't plan to continue being married to my son, right? If you wish, I can send you the necessary divorce papers all filled out for you with my son's name on it.
No, that will not be necessary.
Oh, really? Even if you try to resist getting a divorce, you won't be able to enter this house anymore. After all, you disobeyed your husband's mother's order and went back to your parents' home without my permission. Did you understand me? You are not to come back here anymore.
Yes, as you wish.
Oh, so you do listen to me on that point.
That's right. It seems that we agree on that point. Or rather, it's the only point we agree on. Thank you for sending me my things. However, I can't take any responsibility for whatever may happen later on.
What?
John will be messaging you later. He told me. Please excuse me.
John? Oh, I was just messaging with Lena.
Why did you do such a thing?
What are you talking about?
Things are really chaotic here right now because you sent all of Lena's things to her parents' home. In order to find out what made you do this, Lena messaged you. And you told her to divorce me?
What? You saw that message?
That's right. I saw the messages word for word right next to Lena. Dad was also reading them with us.
Your father? What? Your father is also there? Why? What is going on here? I thought that you and your father were going to attend a wedding of one of your partner company's presidents.
That business partner happens to be Lena's brother.
What? That means Lena's brother's wedding that she attended is the same one that you and your father attended? The one with your business partners?
Goodness sakes, did you think that these would be two different weddings on the same day?
Well, yes.
When we exchanged greetings with Lena's family, I explained to you about her brother. Don't you remember?
Oh, was that right?
And also, I remember now how rude you were when you found out that Lena grew up in a single parent's home. But I didn't think that you would have forgotten everything about her brother when he introduced himself to you. I'm not even angry, I'm just stupefied.
And your father?
Dad is in the midst of apologizing to Lena, her father, and her brother on your behalf.
What?
But this shouldn't be a surprise. To find out that their precious family member was being harassed by their business partner's family. There is now undeniable proof thanks to your messages.
It's not my fault because I didn't know about that.
Even if you didn't know, the fact remains that you were harassing Lena.
This was not harassment. I was just teaching her the basic manners as her mother-in-law.
Oh, stop it. It's just miserable hearing you make excuses like this.
But...
Well, whatever it is, the consequence will be the same.
The consequence?
We ended up doing this ahead of the schedule since you sent Lena's things to her parents' house. But enough is enough. There is no use waiting around anymore.
John, what are you talking about?
Dad is going to take the first train back home tomorrow and explain things to you then. That's all for me. Bye.
Lena, you can come back home now.
What?
Also, tell me your brother's contact information.
What is going on?
I'm not harassing you, and I need to clear up this misunderstanding with your brother. I hear he's the president of my husband's business partner's company. This is how things are, so you come back home right now and tell me your brother's contact information.
Excuse me?
Do it quickly.
I am no longer a part of your family anymore.
What?
John has decided to change his last name to mine.
What? What are you saying?
Also, I hear that your husband asked you for a divorce.
How do you know that?
Well, I had heard about it from him previously.
What? Beforehand?
I was so fed up with her awful attitude, and then when she began harassing my son's wife, I really couldn't let things go on the way they were, since this would also damage our business, not to mention our family relationships. That is how he came to his conclusion, he told me.
What on earth? What is this? My husband, who I've been together with for many years, suddenly wants to get a divorce? My son, whom I have given everything, is taken away from me by his wife, and he decides to change his name to his wife's surname? Why are the two of them ganging up on me, one after the other?
John and your husband decided to act at the same time.
What?
They figured that if one of them acted before the other, you would come to depend on that person entirely. And in order to avoid having to go through such a situation, the two of them decided to act at the same time.
What is that? That's absolutely terrible.
You're conveniently forgetting the fact that you harassed your daughter-in-law. I think that is much more terrible in many ways.
In any case, give me your brother's contact information now.
Your husband and John have told me that. I don't need to listen to a word you say, which obviously means I don't need to follow your orders.
This is your husband's mother ordering you to do this. You have to listen to me.
Are you not aware of the fact that your position will soon be taken away from you? I don't plan to listen to what you say either, and I am not such an idiot that I would give you my brother's personal information.
What the?
John told me that I don't need to deal with you anymore.
Wait a moment.
So please excuse me.
Lena!
The day after the divorce was finalized, "It's all that woman's fault," said my mother-in-law, and jumped onto the train to come to my parents' house. Or that's what she had intended to do, but for some reason, she got onto the train going in the opposite direction and got off at the wrong train station. It seems that she had not remembered where my parents' home was and got off at a station that sounded similar to the one where my parents' home is. Because she couldn't quite remember the address, the police finally became involved. I'm not sure what she wanted to do. Her relative came to pick her up and was sent straight to her parents' home in the next town. After that, she stayed at the house in which her parents and her younger sister live in, but without doing any work whatsoever. At the moment, they're planning to move her away to a place where she can both live and work in the same place.